चाइना के पास एक काफी पावरफुल वेपन है और एज इंडियंस इसका सबसे ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट हम पर होने वाला है।
Not COVID-19, not nukes, something even more dangerous, the economy.
आज हम बात करने वाले हैं चाइना के मास्टर प्लान के बारे में, हाउ चाइना डोमिनेट्स, bankrupts and becomes a superpower, and how you and I will be impacted by that. And if you feel कि हमारे रिसर्च में फैक्ट्स है, तो इस वीडियो को शेयर कीजिए।
In March, the Indian Navy found 12 underwater drones coming all the way from Beijing. Why?
Right now, the whole world is fighting against COVID, and China is pushing its borders against Japan, against Australia, against Vietnam, and even India. Why?
In the middle of a health crisis, China is getting political. Why?
चाइना और इंडिया के बीच में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बहुत समय से रहा है। चाइना ओपनली लद्दाख और अरुणाचल प्रदेश को अपनी टेरिटरी मानता है।
Since the last few days, you must have heard of problems at our border, both in Ladakh and Sikkim. The cases in India are not. This is the absolute worst time for our country to go to war.
Timing is everything. In this scenario, China wants to take advantage. Neighbors को help करने की तो बात छोड़ो, China wants to wage war on them. The president Xi Jinping has publicly told his military to prepare for war. और इस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में सबसे बड़ा हथियार होने वाला है इकोनॉमी।
I'll explain from the beginning. Asia and Africa have a lot of countries that need financial help. But to take a loan from the IMF or the World Bank, the country needs to meet certain criteria. But China is helping them. China is building a highway in Pakistan. China is funding a port in Sri Lanka and many other projects in countries like Myanmar, Maldives and even Nepal.
यहाँ तक तो ठीक है यार, क्योंकि वैसे तो जापान भी इंडिया में इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है, तो चाइना के इन्वेस्टमेंट से क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
Problem is, these countries may not be able to pay China back, and that's when China's debt diplomacy begins. Pakistan owes more money to China than any other financial institution in the world. Recently, Pakistan unearthed a scam of $630 million regarding two Chinese companies that supplied power for the China-Pakistan economic corridor.
चाइना खुद के ही बिल्स ओवरस्टेट कर रहा है। अगर किसी चीज की कॉस्ट 100 रुपीज है, तो बाय डिफॉल्ट उसकी कॉस्ट 150 बता रहा है।
This port in Sri Lanka was supposed to create opportunities, but it is mainly empty. It takes time for a country to recover these costs built in infrastructure projects. But if nobody uses them, how do they recover costs?
Timing is everything. जैसे ही टाइम गुजरता है, लोन बढ़ता जाता है, उसके ऊपर इंटरेस्ट बढ़ता जाता है। And when a country cannot pay back the loan, China comes back as a hero and says, "Okay, if you can't pay us back, then let us handle the operations." ऐसे करके धीरे-धीरे उस कंट्री में चाइनीज पॉपुलेशन बढ़ता है। Chinese debt trap is like getting addicted to sugar. Your body needs sugar because it gives you an instant boost. And by the time you realize it's not actually good for you, it is too late. You're already trapped. Loans, interest, scams, and the health of your country is completely destroyed. Right now, these bases outside China are used for trade. But if there is a conflict, China can easily convert these bases into military bases.
Djibouti is a small African country and China practically owns it. Now China has a military base in Africa and it is threatening the US. All of this started with strategic investments in Africa.
You see, a picture can speak 1,000 words. Look at China's different investments in the last few years. Do you see a pattern? We are surrounded by China.
This is China's string of pearls, using the economy to surround India and stay prepared. In case of war, chances are कि अटैक एक साइड से नहीं होगा, अटैक हर साइड से होगा.
China is using economy to boost their politics and military. China is smart. So basically, China has created a situation for us where we cannot afford a war. Because अगर कोई conflict होता है, तो tackling it by force is not an option for India anymore. Because with money power, China has its allies all around us. So if we can't use bullet force, let's use wallet force. If economy is a weapon, then we are its distributors. We have to boycott Chinese products. इसके बारे में मैंने बहुत सोचा। ये कोई WhatsApp forward का motivational message नहीं है, but actually fact है।
Mr. Sonam Wangchuk explained this in his video. We have to remove Chinese software from our phone within a week and Chinese hardware from our lives in a year.
Right now, आपके रूम में 8 out of 10 चीजें made in China होंगी। तो क्या इसका मतलब ये है कि ये सारी चीजें फेंक देनी है? बिल्कुल नहीं। ये काफी अनरियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशन है। लेकिन फ्रॉम नाउ ऑन कोई नई चीज लेते वक्त हम ये जरूर देख सकते हैं कि क्या कोई अलग अल्टरनेटिव अवेलेबल है। अगर हम धीरे धीरे ऐसा करने लगे तो नेक्स्ट ईयर 5 out of 10 चीजें मेड इन चाइना होंगी, उसके अगले साल और कम, फिर और कम, एंड देन सिर्फ कुछ ही एसेंशियल चीजें होंगी जिनके लिए हम चाइना को पे करेंगे। We keep thinking that it is too late, we are already too dependent on China, and that is true. We are late. But in countries की तरह, we are not in China's trap. Not yet. You see, in this COVID-19 situation, our government realized how dangerous China could be, और उन्होंने FDI यानी Foreign Direct Investment को मॉनिटर करना स्टार्ट किया, so that कोई भी इंडियन कंपनी इस क्राइसिस सिचुएशन में चाइना की पपेट ना बने।